Welcome and thank you for watching. I am Mr. Keldhound and this is a playthrough of Dark Souls. Dark Souls is one of my favorite games since I got into it, and this walkthrough or playthrough is going to be for newer people that are just starting the game. I will be giving you tips, hints, and showing you the basis of playing. And I'll be helping you play through the game for much as I can. Well, with Dark Souls, it's a great game. Well, one of the best games I've played since I've gotten it. Alright. With picking classes, is it doesn't matter what class you pick. All the classes matter is just the bases that you start out with, the equipment and your stats that you start out with. But besides that, there is nothing else that really makes a difference, except for a thief, because you start out with the master key initially, as it says there, and you can pick another starting gift. But the class I like to pick or start out with the most is Warrior, mostly just because of the shield. That's the heater shield. That's the shield I like the best, and one of my favorite shields that I usually keep through for the whole game. The starting gifts. There are many starting gifts, but everything that you see here you can get in the game. Just eventually, as you play, you will get all these gifts. But the gifts I say start out with are these two: the Master Ring or the Master Key and the Old Witch Ring. Those are the two items I say start out with because the Old Witch's Ring is pretty hard to get, or at least annoying, because you have to beat most of the game so you can get an item, so you can trade that item to get the Old Witch Ring. The Master Key is going to help you at the beginning of the game and many things that come up. So I usually start with the Master Key. Physique, it doesn't matter. The same as your sex. It doesn't matter. Me, I'm just picking female because that's my wife likes to watch me play games. Well, she's not here right now, but she likes me to play games and play as pretty much her. That is the reason why that's the reason why I choose females, and most of the time you will see me play as females because my wife likes to watch me play the game. She's out right now, so why not? And since I have my character ready, now let's play and start the playthrough. I'm just going to be skipping cutscenes like this since you probably can't hear it. But for the speech is I will keep up because you can read the subtitles. And here we start the game. We start the game in a jail cell. And if you started this game, you've seen a knight drop this guy right here, which is the item that allows you to open up this door. And if you're starting, you'll see these signs on the ground, which is a tutorial that the game tried to give you, but most people thought the tutorial was pretty pathetic because it didn't really teach you anything, and most people just skipped over it because they thought nothing of it. At this part of the level is you'll see, well, you probably saw those guys there. Those are hollowed people. Hollowing is a time process which somebody, as my character, loses humanity and then slowly loses their mind and becomes a mindless zombie that's just seeking after to kill whatever. Right here is we will be facing the Asylum Demon, the first boss of the game, but we are nowhere near strong enough to even take on this guy. So there's an exit to the left. We just run past and then save at the bonfire or rest at the bonfire. This level is Northern Asylum. It's one of the easiest levels. It's pretty much a tutorial area. And all the stuff that you find on the ground that you read as you continually play is it pretty much what the developers thought is it will teach you how to play the game. Yeah, I took off my armor because it's really heavy and it doesn't provide too much defense, so it's really not much use. And if you look through here, you can see some guy through the gate. And right now, how do I get to him? Oh, you can't right now, so you just have to keep playing right now. There's a gate, and that is a prime example of how the game is. Is it gives you the game gives you shortcuts every time you turn around, and or every time you make a progression in the level, you will find a shortcut to an older point or an older level that you already beat. And up here is Dark Souls is really not an action game like most people think. It is a tactical or strategic game. So you have to watch out, pay attention to everything. And if you look up the stairs, you can see something up there. So we'll go up, and then that thing falls, and it breaks the wall. That's another prime example of how the game is you have to watch out for things or you'll be smacked. It wouldn't have killed me, but still, it's a teaching period that teaches you that watch out because some traps will find and kill you. And there's that knight at the beginning of the game that which helped free you.
You. You're now hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon. Then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, make it pilgrimage to the land of ancient joys. When thou ringest the bell of awakening, the faith of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. I'm getting down with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead fade. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
And that writing on the ground is once again the tutorial of the game trying to teach you how to play. That character right here, this knight, his name is Oscar of Astora. His storyline was cut from the game. He was supposed to be somebody that through the game that you randomly saw, which helped you play and helped you in certain areas, which at the end of the game he was supposed to be the opposite of what you chose. But they discontinued him, and all he is just a guy that saves you, dies, and that's pretty much it. Now we're coming up to an area where we actually have a challenge. Is that there's two guys coming at us and one guy shooting arrows at us. These are the hollowed zombies. They're pretty much just mindless people that have became hollowed and lost their mind, and they're just like this. They're really easy to take out. The best thing to do, just for anything in a game, any enemy, is single them out and take them out one at a time. Stay in a safe area so archers like this will not attack you or hit you. And then look, I was able to beat two people on the archer without getting hit. As this game is, you have to think. You see two people, go to an area. You see two people in an archer, go to an area where the archer can't get you, and then go to an area where you can take out one at a time, and then go take out the archer after you take out those two people. Backstabs. That will be a very useful thing in PvP and in actual gameplay. Parry and riposte. They are very, very useful techniques that you must learn in the game. Or you. Oh, and that is parry and a riposte. It deals critical damage, but it deals more damage than the backstab would deal. You don't need to learn it to beat the game, but it is very, very useful. You can take out enemies, you can take out multiple enemies at the same time, and when you do a backstab or a riposte, you are invulnerable during that time period, so you cannot be hit. So that which allows you to take out multiple enemies at the same time. Now we're facing the demon. Double hand your weapon and jump off, and then do your normal attack, which will do a piercing attack. It is a very strong move to use on bosses or enemies that you find. To take out this guy, the best way to take him out is stay at his tail. Stay at his tail, and then you see him swing. Just stay with his tail the whole time. It will keep you safe, keep you away from his hammer. And then just attack him 2-3 times, and then stop. Because if you look, your stamina drains every time you attack. So 2-3 times. And with the warrior, if you attack 3 times, you still have enough so you can do a roll to get away from his attacks. And that is a way that you can take out that boss easily. Stay behind him, stay away. Which this boss is supposed to be everything that he learned from reading all the stuff on the ground and fighting those few enemies all together to take out the boss. There are many more things here, but I will tell you when we come back here. But one thing is, once you get up, once you pass this first area, just walk down over here and you can get some free souls. Souls are both your experience that you use to level up and the currency of the world that you're at, or at least the land that you're in. This is another cutscene, a giant raven. Well, you can watch the cutscene and I'll see you at Firelink Shrine. This is Lordran, and this is Firelink Shrine. Lordran is where the whole game takes place at. Think of it as a country, not just a town or a little piece of land, but think of it as a whole country. Now, the character class that I'm going to be building up to is going to be a strength and faith based character. But any character that you decide to choose, that is your choice. I'm just doing the strength and faith based character right now is just for this playthrough. I usually like playing a magic build, but I'm going for a PvP build for this character. And while since you're new and you don't know too much about this area, this is pretty much your main hub of the game. This is one of the few safe areas that you get. And you come here, this is items you've probably found out in the Undead Asylum. Humanity. Humanity is a very important thing in the game. And right now you should probably have 4 humanity as I do. Don't worry about humanity right now. We'll get to it in a little bit. These are bonfires. You've probably learned already is that they are where you level up, where you rest, and just everything. Reverse hollowing is if you look in the counter, the double zero counter is every time you get a humanity, is it will start counting up. And then you can sacrifice the humanity to reverse or hollowing, which your character will turn human, or at least human looking. Kindling. You can sacrifice the humanity that is in that counter to increase the amount of Estus Flask that you get. Because if you've noticed, at the Undead Asylum we only got 5. Here we got 10. You can get a total maximum of 20. And you can raise a bonfire up to giving you 20 Estus Flasks at a time. This guy is the Crestfallen Warrior.
What do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? You're not the first. But there's no celebration here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins of the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land, the undead.
This character, the Crestfallen Warrior, he is here for new players to which give them pretty much guidance in the game. Just pretty much very vague guidance and pretty much telling you like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. And it's up to you to find out how to do it and where really to go.
Your face, you're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
The one thing I find that's pretty funny about this is almost every character you talk to, they have this weird laugh, like a demented laugh or I gave up laugh or just some type of laugh that they usually have. at the end of their dialogue.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from the corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I never do it, is to kill a heavy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting my neighbor is only human, after all.
Just some more tips in the game that he gives you.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever.
With how he is he's random with how he talks. Sometimes he's talks a lot, sometimes he says something and then just doesn't want to talk anymore.
You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bands is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You have to climb the stairs up the rooms and access the undead burn through the waterway. The other band is back down below the undead burn, within the plague-infested night town. But I die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
That's the waterway he's talking about. You can see a path that goes up there and then up to the waterway.
Bloody hell, what is it now?
Now he doesn't want to talk anymore.
Too many questions.
Alright, now we're off to get some items. Is when you come through here, this door, you see 3 different ways to go through. We'll start from right to left. Fire bombs are slightly useful. They're more used for just getting attention of single enemies so you can take them out one by one. This guy right here he sells you miracles at the beginning of the game, so I say don't attack him, don't mess with him too much.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Farallon. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
At first he acts like he doesn't like you, but if you talk to him a few more times, he'll open up to you and take you as his disciple and then sell you miracles. Miracles are, well, there's 3 different types of magic in the game. There are soul magic, miracles, and pyromancy. Soul magic is more the attack and buffing up your attack and defense. Miracles is holy magic, healing, having effects against enemies, preventing them to get into you. Some buffing up your attacks and very little attack. Pyromancy is pretty much pure attack, the same as soul magic. But the thing is with pyromancy and miracles is they are better for PvP. But soul magic is really good for playing the actual game. But since the character that we're going with is a strength and faith base, this is a good character to start talking to if you want to learn miracles.
Hello. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Okay, the covenants at the beginning of the game, it really doesn't matter too much. The covenant that you're going to be joining with him is called the Way of the White, which is meant for new people, or at least new characters.
Now let me share my miracles. Only Their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
I don't have enough money to buy any miracles, so I'm just going to learn the gesture, which is free. You can learn from several different characters, so I'm just going to use it. I'm playing on the Xbox right now, so
The teachings depend upon your faith.
I'm playing on the Xbox right now. And to use your gestures is you press back. And then switch pretty much means choosing what miracle or what gestures you want for that menu. This is just a quick menu to use any gestures. Like that, or I can wave at you. And with gestures is you cannot move your character at all unless you get hit or it ends. So you're pretty much vulnerable during that time. Oh, and with this area is if you saw as I came up and I saw those two doors. If you just jump down is you'll be fine. Nothing will hurt you. And then you come through here. And then now you see a few chests. They're just small items to start you off the game and give you some stuff. Morning Star and a talisman. The talismans are what are the medium so you can use your miracles. There are catalysts, there's a pyromancy flame, which most people call the pyromancy glove, and there are the talismans. I'm going to go with the Morning Star. The reason why I'm going to go with the Morning Star is if you look at the very bottom, is you'll see something in blue that says 300. I'm from the left to the right. Bleed. Bleed is if you hit somebody enough times with that weapon, it will cause them to take about 30% of their life off. So if they have a 3,000 life and you hit them a few times, they'll be dealt 3,000 damage, or they'll be dealt 1,000 damage. The next one is poison. If you hit a person, if you have a weapon that has that, if you hit them enough, they will be poisoned. They will constantly be taking damage. The next two is the white halo, is divine modifier. It only works on certain things as like the undead, the skeletons. It prevents them from going back together. And then the next one that is the occult. Oh yeah, I can show you right here. Actually no, I can't. The next one is the occult. The occult works against certain bosses as Gwendolyn, Gwen, the Black Knights, and the Silver Knights. But really, besides that, it doesn't do too much more. And all those two last modifiers, they just add a little bit of damage, not too much. Okay, now we fell in the graveyard. Those guys are a bit too strong right now. So run away from them. Don't mess with them right now. There's a few good items that you can get over there if you want to, but I'm not going to get them right now. Now we're at the bonfire. The reason I rested is so those skeletons will leave me alone, because when you rest at a bonfire, all characters reset except for non-respawnable characters. And then if you come near the Crestfallen Warrior, look to the left. Hey, there's some stairs. Walk down the stairs. And this is a Firekeeper. Firekeepers, they are characters or NPCs in the game that which allow you to make your SS flash stronger. And if you come over here, you can see some more stairs that which goes down to an elevator, but we're not going to take that right now. And now back to the bonfire, and I'm going to end this episode here. Thanks for watching.